The fashion industry is slowly embracing plus sizes in mainstream collections and plus size models in big campaigns, but it's not enough. The newest push is for plus size mannequins. Jo Swinson, a British Member of Parliament and Minister for Women and Equalities of the UK's Government of Equality's office, is leading the charge to get plus size and petite mannequins into the forefront of fashion. So since it is Fashion Week here in New York City, we have to wonder whether or not the clothes coming down the runway will make it to storefronts and on to plus-size mannequins come spring. Joining me in our Google Hangout is Myla Dalbesio, an artist and JAG model, a new agency dedicated solely to women of all sizes, but who you were just looking at there is Rebecca Adams. She is on set with me, and she is one of our HuffPost style editors. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. This push for plus size mannequins is sort of the latest push to be, body positive and body conscious in fashion. Rebecca, what do you make of it?
I think it's a really great step. I think what's particularly great about this is that Jo Swinson is not only pushing for plus size mannequins, she's pushing for petite mannequins. Because women really do come in all shapes and sizes. And I think it's important for women to be able to see themselves represented in stores, not only for their own self-image and their own happiness, but for stores' bottom lines. If you see yourself, you're gonna wanna pick up that piece of clothing and try it on yourself.
And Myla, do you think the industry is doing enough? It is Fashion Week right now, so of course we're at the forefront of all things that are fashionable. Is enough being done?
Never. There's never enough being done. There's always so much more that we can do. Fashion Week is a great example. It's a common problem every season. There's not enough diversity on the runways. There's not enough women of color. There's not enough women of varying shapes and sizes. And I think that's like the greatest example of it.
What do you think we should do moving forward?
Well, I think a lot of this starts at the seed of where fashion comes from is a sample size. And that's how people cast models in shows, how they cast them in magazines, and that's kind of the first images we see of the clothing. And designers right now have no incentive to make a sample size bigger than have they been making it. So I think when they come together and decide as individual designers that, all right, we're gonna try a size 8, or we're gonna try a few different sizes to create, which costs more money. Then we'll see some progress, I think, because that's really where it all starts.
And that's usually what we hear as the pushback coming from the fashion industry, that it costs more money to make sample sizes in a varied amount,
Well, at the moment, I feel like plus size women represent a huge market in fashion, and they're so underrepresented that they could really tap into that and make a lot of money in the end. So I think if there's some foresight in that end, I think that designers could really benefit from going up a size and really just showing different sizes. I think you really alienate the market when you keep it this thin. So.
Myla, what do you think about the labels? Should they just be clothes and models and mannequins? Do they have to be straight size, plus size, regular size? Should we be doing away with those?
Yeah, I think that is definitely a step in the right direction. That's what we're trying to do here at JAG. We represent at JAG girls anywhere from like a size 6 to a size 18. And this is without these labels, And I think that it's harmful, really, and it's exclusionary.